Kate Jensen, JenEhr Family Farm. I farm with my husband Paul Earhart. We're in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. The farm itself is 110 acres and we farm on about 30 acres of that, excluding pastured poultry.
I'm Trisha Bross from Luna Circle Farm near Rio, Wisconsin. I farm 4 acres of vegetables.
We've been in production for 13 years, 13 seasons.
And this is my 22nd season, my 10th on the current farm, 12 years in Gays Mills area.
To be able to track where our money was going, really what we were looking at is where are the leaks. In a system like ours, it's not quite like making widgets, which has a number of variables that go into it, but we're talking about anywhere from 5 to 30 crops, and each one of those has a whole list of criteria, dilemmas, problems, opportunities, and so we needed to be able to somehow figure out how to use Quickbooks, because we weren't going to reinvent the wheel. We needed to figure out how to use Quickbooks to be able to bring all that information together, so not only we had a picture of where the leaks might be, but how we could fix them, and then eventually doing some more financial reporting that gave us the ability to do management decisions.
And I think for me, and this goes back to my accounting background, I was interested in trying to get as close as I could to figuring out what it was costing me to produce each crop. Because, you know, each farm has its things it does well, things it doesn't do well. And I want to kind of get down to what am I doing well so that I can either do more of it, or how can I fix what I'm not doing well so that I can produce that crop better.
First of all, we get together frequently to talk about our farms and to talk about what's going on. We've developed a high level of trust that we can talk about what's really going on in numbers and employees and staff and varieties and all of those things. We're also part of a hoop house study group that has enhanced that level of trust and information sharing. So when we heard about this, we thought that working together would be a good opportunity to help us look at our numbers.
I think it was pretty easy, but that's because Kay wrote most of it. And then Keith called us and asked more questions, and so we had to go through and fine-tune a few things, but it was not a difficult process.
I had worked with JenEhr before, had been really impressed with the work that they'd done. They also work with agriculture. They're not a company that just does accounting, but they had a lot of experience with agriculture and not just commodity crops as in soybeans and corn, but they've worked with a number of small producers that are vegetable oriented.
I think that the average produce farmer, with the help of a consultant, could imitate what we're doing. I think people would be shocked to learn that sometimes how they're pricing their stuff, they're not even covering their costs. And you know, you can't stay in business for long if you're not covering your costs. You know, we can only be altruistic so far, and then we have to realize that we still have bills to pay. And if we don't pay those bills, we're not going to stay in business long.